Hello friend, this is your host. Welcome back to our channel. I hope you all are well and doing great. So today I am back with another video to give a review on a book which is the Dolce Vita Divas. This book is by Maddie Please. When I was a child, birthdays always seemed to take forever to come round. But as the years passed, time appeared to gain pace. Then one year, about 5 minutes after my last birthday, another one was hovering into view. And this time it was a really big one, 65. I knew people usually talked about the big 5 or 6 as being significant. But at my age, every milestone had begun to count. Being 64 had enjoyed some slightly comical connotations thanks to the Beatles. Will you still need me? Well, at 65, it felt like no one actually did. And it didn't really feel funny at all. I hadn't really minded the previous significant birthdays. At 50, I was still working, fit and active. Had grown up, children, forging their futures and their relationships, but still coming home for mom's cooking, and I still had Greg. As I looked into the face of turning 65, a lot of things were different. Everything that was important in my life had changed, and none of it had really been in my plan, such as it was. It made me realize there are a lot of things I had done in my life really been my idea either, and that really annoyed me. ever have to have a knee replacement, fell off a pavement. I had been made to retire, cut bugs in the budget, and the ever present improvements that never seemed to improve anything. Our daughter Jessie and Catherine and our son Alexander had all married and left for jobs in London. Birmingham and Reading. The girls had produced children of their own, two granddaughters, Violet and Maddie, and Greg had flown the nest too. New wife in Dublin. This thin blonde trollop, or TBT, as I preferred to call her, the chap on the table next to us just said he is exceedingly disappointed about the dessert menu. He's come all the way from Croydon, Susie hissed. Perhaps he is a member of the bread and butter pudding. Appreciation Society. I whispered back. When it came to the food was good, but under seasoned. And I caused a bit of a stir with the waiters when I asked for a pepper mill. Perhaps my taste buds are old and battered, I said. But that lasagna didn't taste of anything in particular. Was everything okay with your meals? It was our waiter, Kylie, who hovered uncertainly beside us. His polo shirt coming untucked from his trousers. I felt rather sorry for him. He looked like he needed a good meal and a decent night's sleep. And I wanted to be kind. Lovely, thanks, Kylie. I said with a meaningful look at Susie. Compliments to the chef, she said cheerfully. Have you been told about the problem with the deserts? He murmured, looking anxiously at the couple at the next table who had just caused a lot of fuss. The bread and it's fine, we wouldn't want it anyway, Susie said loudly. His worried little face cleared and he started stacking out empty plates. That's a relief. After all, it's not my fault. After all, it's not my fault. The Walsall Walsters go to it first. You would think there was a world shortage. Have you finished your wine? Would you like another water? Better not, Kylie, Susie said kindly. We are going to the show afterwards. Nice, you will enjoy that. And my advice is don't sit next to the dance floor or you will get trodden on. Once these couples get going, they don't stop for anything. Go at least 3 rows back, and then Saint Vincent won't pull won't pull you up on the stage and sing what's new to you. I'm just saying. There was a knock on my balcony door. It was Susie, looking very sophisticated in strappy sandals. And a delightful cream cotton dress patterned with lavender wisteria. Which made the most of her bosom. I couldn't decide between stripped Capri pants in honor of the location or this dress. I was feeling in an Audrey feeling in an Audrey Hepburn mood. You have the figure for it, I said. When I wear Capri pants, I always look like I have been paddling, or I am standing in a ditch. Susie laughed and went to check her reflection in the mirror. Her hair was glossy and shining and pinned up into a messy chignon. The now permanently evicted Simon would have been kicking himself if he had seen her. It's a pity you decided to forswear off men, I said, because you look sensational. Susie blushed and fiddled with her straw bag. Pulling out a pair of oversized sunglasses. Oh, you, she said, with a little smile. Don't be daft. No one's going to notice me. I watched her preening in front of the mirror for a moment and wished that I could be more like her. More confident, sure of herself despite all the years when Simone had tried and failed to control her. Perhaps the effect was wearing off quite fast. She had such energy and a poise that was very endearing, just as she had when we were younger. Could I do that too? Discard all the negative feelings I had about myself for so long and believe in myself again? We went down the marble staircase and out into the gardens. below our rooms. Through a stone archway and some luxur- luxuriant swags of yet more bougainvillea, we found a small gathering of people. Gathering of people clustered around a long table covered with a white cloth. Waiters were saying, where waiters were serving drinks. Ah, there you are. It was Paolo, looking very elegant in dashing Panama hat with a striped band. I felt silly little thrill of excitement. Aunt Susie wrinkled her nose. I don't think I would like that, but I will give that some thought. Although, as I said, I have absolutely no intention of ever speaking to a man ever again. Apart from Raimondo, that doesn't count, and I am sure I didn't say that. I was just being polite to a few guests. And do you intend being polite to him again? Susie blushed. Stop making something out of nothing. Have you seen the buffet? I thought I would wait until you came down before I attacked it. Come on, I am hungry, I said. And how did your evenings with Raimondo pan out? You definitely said you were going to talk to a man again, except in an emergency. Don't be silly. And it's none of your business, Susie said firmly. But I can see some fabulous pastries over there. There was fresh fruit, teas, and coffee. Bread and rolls of all sort. Including sweet Italian bread labeled Meritosi. Golden glazed croissants, or as we were in Italy, they were more properly called cornette, some plain and others filled with custard or chocolate. Let's just go for the naughtiest looking ones. We are on holiday, so the calories don't count. And I bet the coffee is fantastic. Choices made, we return to our table. This is such a treat. I said, slicing into a bombone. I must say, this beats a full English every time. Or toast and marmite, which is what I usually have. I wonder what Alex is doing. Forget about him. I'm sure he will cope without you for a week, Susie said. Probably, and I did tell him not to have any parties while I was away. Although he did have a friend from work staying last night. New girlfriend? I poured some coffee and took an appreciative sip. My mind was racing. No, I needed to explain. I would apologize. In fact, there was really no reason why. Where have you been? Said an accusing little voice at my elbow. And there was Eric in yet another designer outfit of check shirt and mini chinos. I have been waiting ages and ages. I was asleep and then I had breakfast, I said. And now I am watching as the ballroom is turned into a beautiful place. How are you today, Eric? Paolo said, smiling down at his grandson. I am bored. Eric grabbed hold of my hand and pulled me into the ballroom. Where he stood with his arms outstretched, getting in the way. Do mommy and papa know where you are? They said I could come and have a look, but I wasn't to go outside. This is a party, he said, for my nonna and my bisnonna. Yes, I know. That's why we are all here. Paolo had taken his box of table linens and handed over to one of his waiters. I have a special suit to wear, Eric said, watching with interest as another waiter poured out some glasses on the tables. You are going to look very smart. You're going to look very smart. I know, he said, but I wish I could have some jeans. Don't you have any? No, and I need some if I am going to be a cowboy. This was surprising. I thought all American children lived in blue denim. Perhaps Relique didn't approve of them. Maybe we could find some, Paolo said. If we weren't shopping. Eric's eyes widened. For me? Why not? Oh, he went back to watching the waiters, his face a picture of concentration. Paolo had received another phone call and gone off through one of the service doors at the far end of the room. How is Andrea today? I asked. Eric slipped his hand into mine, and the gesture made me feel rather sentimental for a moment. He might have been badly behaved, but he was only a little boy. I don't know. I hope she is feeling all right. A white rose had fallen out of one of the floral displays onto the floor, and I picked it up. You could take her this and say, "You hope this makes her feel better." And she is not usually there today. She's made an exception for me. Ah, yes, there was a she involved in all of this. Of course, there was. Why had I not thought of that? A single man as good looking as Paolo. I expect the world had gone out all over southern Italy. He pointed to a delightful looking cafe with a blue awning and tables set out underneath it in the shade. He I would recommend that place. Please don't feel you need to organize me. I will just wander around for a bit first, I said, and then I might have coffee. Later on, you will find everywhere busy, but the owner is a friend of mine, and Gennaro will look after you. I don't need looking after, I said with a short laugh. Don't be so defensive. I know you don't. I mean, he will find you a decent table, Paolo said. Suddenly, he put an arm around me and kissed my cheek. I could feel the warmth, the strength of his body against mine. And it was intoxicating. Try the crema al cafe. The Cipoll di San Giuseppe is the best anywhere. Genre is pretending to be wiping down the tables. But he is watching, and now he has seen. You are a friend of mine. You will be fine. I turned, and a large man with an elaborate waxed mustache gave a wide grin and waved his cleaning cloth at Paolo. Genro, come stay. Now I really must go. Paolo said, I will see you later. Would you mind awfully if I went out this evening? Susie said. I mean, there are lots of people around in case you need something. She was standing in the doorway, fiddling with the handle and not quite meeting my eye. Of course not, I said. You have been fussing around me all day. I am guessing this is for an outing with your admirer. Well, he did say he would like to take me out to dinner. And you really are looking better. Not the black eye, of course. I mean, that's going to take a bit of time to go. But you don't seem quite so battered. Did you ask Gina to do that to your hair, by the way? It's a bit different. I have never seen you with big hair before. You look like you're going to take off. I'm absolutely fine. I said, trying to pat my hair down and make it look a bit less exuberant. And I really don't need people to fuss or keep my company all the time. And Gina just did what she felt like. Ceci wanted to come and see you. I think now Sylvia has gone. She is feeling a bit out of sorts. I know they squabbled all the time, but I have the feeling they both secretly enjoyed it. Lucia is still here, but they don't seem quite the force, with only two of them. And Trelly and Leo wanted to come and say goodbye too. They are off tomorrow, back to America with the boy Wonder. Poor Eric, how he is. To be honest, he doesn't seem quite as bad. He was sitting between his parents, looking very chastised at breakfast this morning, not running about and not arguing either. And I did see Andrea sitting with her feet up by the pool, having a quiet hour to herself for once. I think your accident really shocked all of them, not just Eric. It's about time something did, in my opinion. All that no parenting nonsense. I think they have given up on that. Good job, I said. They do say kids push their boundaries, and he didn't seem to have any. As we drove through the town, I could see a lot of the tourist shops and hotels had closed for the winter. But some shops and restaurants were still open, decorated with fairy lights, which blew and flickered in the breeze. And many had Christmas trees inside, which shone out into the dark afternoon. A couple of the shops had extravagant displays of beautifully wrapped gifts in the windows, which made me want to stop and stare. There were strings of the light blue lights strung between the masts of the boats in the harbor and between the street lights like a sparkling canopy. Everything, me included, felt very different from my last visit. The last guests left yesterday, Paolo said, brisk and businesslike as we drove up the hillside away from the marina. Sylvia has gone to England to be with her daughter and taken Lucia with her. My mother and Freddie will arrive tomorrow morning and they will leave after Christmas to spend the new year with his daughter in Milan. I can't wait to see her again. I like her enormously. She's very wise. She's very wise. She gave me some excellent advice the last time I saw her. Paolo turned fleetingly to smile. And what did she say? This wise mother of mine. Just girl talk, I said. Girl talk, he said, laughing. I am still a girl in my head, Paolo. And I'm sure your mother is too. I want to see some pictures of her when she was a young woman. I bet she was stunning. I'm sure she will show you, he said. She has been looking forward to seeing you. She has been nagging me. I think she had cussed more than I have told her. She seems to think we are all well suited. I looked across at his profile and grinned. I told you she was wise. The following day, I woke to see him still sleeping beside me. I gave a great sigh of contentment. "Are you awake at last?" he said, his eyes still closed. I snuggled up to him and his arm went around my shoulder. "I'm hungry," I said, kissing him. He brushed my hair back from my face. "I bet you are," he said with a grin. He brought me coffee, hot and sweet. And a dish of croissants and apricot jam. We sat up in bed, talking and just being happy together. How simple it all sounded. Now it was possible. How difficult to imagine once upon a time. And now I have a Christmas present for you. He said at last, and he handed me a package beautifully wrapped with curled red ribbons that I was pretty sure he had not done himself. So this is all we have from this book. I hope you guys liked the story. If you did, don't forget to press the like button. If you wanted to suggest any other book for a review, you can tell me in the comment section. And if you wanted to buy one of these books, any of these books, you can buy it from our Amazon page, Best Book for You. So I'll be back with another video with another book to give a review on. Till then, just take care and goodbye.